Most people hit their first million in their late 30s. We did it before we turned 25. And no, it wasn't crypto, it wasn't flipping real estate, or it wasn't from a viral YouTube channel. It was from freaking selling broom holders and gift boxes on Amazon. But here's the thing. Everybody talks about Amazon businesses like it's one thing, but trust me, it's not. There are a ton of different business models: Amazon dropshipping, Kindle direct publishing, merch by Amazon, arbitrage, wholesale, Amazon FBA and building brands, and even the Amazon influencer program. We tried almost all of them. Most of them were meh. Some of them felt like complete scams, and some of them actually made us money. But there were only 2 of these Amazon business models that made us our millions. Now, this video isn't about our journey. It's a full breakdown. So if you guys want to know the best Amazon model to actually make money with, then you'll know by the end of this video. To start things off, let's talk about retail arbitrage. Buying clearance items at places like Walmart, flipping them on Amazon. Sounds pretty easy, and yeah, it technically works, but at the end of the day, there's one caveat. For example, one of our flips, a post-holiday sale on Lego items. We bought for $15 and sold for $42. Now, we thought that we cracked the code here, but the reality was, it felt like every win was a one-off. Now, we would spend the entire weekend going in and out of aisles, scanning barcodes, and getting weird looks from cashiers. Overall, the margins became razor thin, and one mistake, something as simple as a damaged box, would cut that margin completely down. And scaling, near to impossible. This is something that you truly have to put time and effort behind, and therefore it wasn't a business, it was purely a hustle. Now, the pros of this model: fast flips, instant Amazon experience, and to be honest, a pretty fast learning curve. And the cons? Well, we already established that there's no scale to this. There's likely going to be very inconsistent supply. It's all manual labor, and you're building 0 to no brand equity. Next on the list is dropshipping. No inventory, no warehouses, and no stress. It honestly felt like passive income heaven. In theory. What we did was we built a Shopify store and used Amazon listings as our entire backend. And on day 1, we got our first sale. We honestly felt like geniuses. On day 10, we had 42 orders canceled. There were tons of customer support emails. Amazon was giving us warnings, and then our account got flagged completely. Dropshipping realistically makes you the middleman in a system that doesn't like to be the middleman. No control over shipping, no control over your stock, and no brand loyalty. Now, the pros of this model: little to no startup costs. It's super quick to launch, and selfishly, it's a great learning opportunity for you to get your store and your listing set up as an Amazon seller. And the cons: 0 control, risky policies, and to be quite honest with you, Amazon doesn't even allow it anymore. Kindle direct publishing, also known as KDP. Now, we saw this YouTube video called How to Make $1,000 per month selling notebooks. We were instantly hooked, as you can imagine. We published a total of 27 books, things like gratitude journals, coloring pads, even recipe books. And the result: $12 one month, $38 the next. Really, just a few sales here and there. The reality is, you're fighting thousands of identical listings. And unless you're actually publishing full-on novels or have a deep understanding of SEO, this business model is a coin toss. Plus, in my experience, even being a creative, designing and formatting books is a whole other problem on its own. Trust me, we spend hours on Canva trying to make our books look unique, only to find out that people truly didn't care. There was no brand, no reviews, and 0 traction. And guess what? If Amazon's algorithm doesn't like your listing and your SEO, your keywords, you're going to be absolutely invisible. To be honest with you, it started feeling like we were whispering into this void. Now, the pros of this model: 0 inventory, like quite literally, there's no inventory involved at all. Passive-ish once uploaded, but more importantly, there was a creative outlet to it that I actually enjoyed. Cons: it was oversaturated. If you guys didn't know, Amazon was actually a publishing platform before anything else. Extremely inconsistent income, and to be honest with you, it was just extremely boring unless you're an actual writer. The next business is a very popular model called Merch by Amazon. This is KDP's virtual cousin. Now, we don't have firsthand experience with this model, but a close friend of ours did, and here's how it went. Now, he thought it was as simple as uploading a t-shirt design and instantly getting rich from royalties. He even paid a Fiverr artist for 20 designs. We're talking dog memes, funny quotes, and niche humor. One of them actually made 12 sales. The other 19, nada. Now, we're talking like $1.50 per shirt in profit. That was it. Ultimately, what he realized was the algorithm really favored viral topics. And unless you want to spend the time hiring multiple people on Fiverr or doing the design yourself and doing this on a weekly basis, or if you actually had an audience, this is going to be an extremely slow crawl for you. Amazon also blacklists listings like swatting flies. His coolest uncle shirt was axed within 3 weeks. And he even tried niche trends like firefighter dad, and he just couldn't get traction. Now the pros of this model: easy entry, no upfront costs, and definitely some passive potential there. But the cons: low royalties, high competition, algorithm roulette, and without designs continuously being uploaded, it's near to impossible to scale. Next up is Amazon Wholesale. Now, this one actually felt promising at first. We were dealing with real suppliers, real products, and actual margin on paper. Now, we got access to a distributor from attending an Amazon conference, and we made our first 200 unit order. And at first, sales actually started to trickle in. But then 3 weeks later, a massive seller came in, slashed the prices, and we lost our buy box. Ultimately, what this led to was our listing getting buried. So we had to naturally try to match their price to get that buy box back, but all it did was in turn lose all of the money that we put into it. In other words, in wholesale, the moment that someone undercuts you, and if they have more inventory than you, then you are literally racing to the bottom. And trust me guys, building relationships with suppliers, that's a whole other game on its own. Just like anything, you would send 17 emails, maybe 2 would respond. One of them tells you to get lost. The other one tells you that you need to make a $50,000 order in order to work with them. In my opinion, this is just corporate gatekeeping 101. Now the pros: this is trusted inventory from big brands. There's definitely scalability in theory. And if you have logistical experience or relationships for that matter, this is definitely a great business model for you. And the cons: price wars leading to razor thin margins. And at the end of the day, we have no brand equity here and therefore zero control. At the end of the day, all of these models gave us headaches. None of them had leverage, and none of them really allowed us to build something that had real scale. Now, we made money sometimes, but we were never really free until we discovered these 2 business models. Today's winners, the best Amazon businesses to get into, the 2 that actually allowed us to make some real money. Number 1, Amazon FBA private label, and number 2, Amazon's influencer program. Amazon FBA private label. Now, this is simple on paper. You find a product, you source it from a supplier, you ship it into Amazon, and they do all of the heavy lifting for you. But if you're cocky and not careful, just like we were when we were starting out, you'll probably make every possible mistake that you can imagine. Our first product, we mislabeled everything, had to reroute our inventory, get everything relabeled and reprepped, costing us thousands of dollars. But within the first month, we still did $10,000 in sales. And within our first 6 months, we hit $50,000 in sales, profiting over $10,000 of that. In my opinion, this was the first business model where we really saw the light. And then COVID hit. Where most businesses probably disappeared, our business exploded. Because everyone couldn't go into retail stores anymore to purchase goods, they started shopping online and started seeing the power of the online shopping experience. And boom, just like that, we took our business from doing $30,000 per month to $70,000 per month within 90 days. And it was at that exact moment that we quit our jobs to focus on our Amazon FBA private label business full time. What we realized in order to succeed in this space was to launch more products. So what we did was we hired a virtual team. We started developing the standard operating procedures that worked for our initial products. And then we scaled into 3 brands and over 30 products. Now to date, we do anywhere between $1.5 to $2 million in revenue with healthy 15 to 22% margins. And in the process, we have mentored and coached over 500 students to launch their own brands and launch their own products, some of which are hitting $10,000 within their first 30 days, and some of which are doing millions of dollars within 12 months. And here's what made the difference. We didn't try to do it ourselves. We didn't launch Me Too products, and we actually created unique products in the market. We hired mentors, reinvested all of our profits back into the business, and more importantly, we stayed in the trenches and we still actively sell on Amazon. But let's keep it real here, guys. Amazon FBA private label and launching brands on Amazon actually is going to require capital to get started. It's not like dropshipping or KDP where you can get things started for a couple $100. You need at least $2,000, and that's if you want to get your feet wet. I recommend at least $5,000 if you actually want to see some good form of return early on. But the benefit here, guys, unlike those other Amazon opportunities, is you're building your own asset. You're building your your own brand. It's not just buying junk and flipping it for a profit, and there's no hustle here. There is true scale. Now, the reality is the other business models might work good for you to earn money fast. Building an Amazon brand is going to take you 6 to 8 months to actually launch. And for you to start earning and maybe even paying yourself, you're probably looking at least 12 months. Now, over the past few years, we built our company, the FBA Startup, to essentially cut that learning curve in half, providing you with one-on-one support, all of the resources that you can possibly imagine, and most importantly, the blueprint that it's going to take to succeed in this space. And now let's talk about the Amazon Influencer Program, the zero startup cost model. No inventory, no product, no experience, just your cell phone and your voice. All you need to do is create simple review videos on Amazon products. Amazon will then show your video on the product listing, and if someone clicks it and buys it, you earn a commission. It's as simple as that. And no, if you're thinking you don't need editing skills, you don't need any social following and therefore need to be this influencer, and you don't need a crazy camera crew, all you literally need is your cell phone. We made our first $300 per month with shaky footage, terrible lighting, and only 30 minutes per day. We had no script and just said, here's a product, here's what it does, I like it and recommend it, and boom. And the secret, purely volume. We started recording all of the products within our house. We went to our parents' house. We did this on vacation. Sometimes if we even were walking through a grocery store and we saw a product that we can give a genuine review on, we would go ahead and do that. And our best videos were not cinematic. They were the raw, authentic, natural videos that we created. And when we figured out that that is what converts, all we did was rinsed and repeated. In my opinion, it is the perfect starter side hustle. All you need to do is spend 30 minutes a day to record 30 videos per week. And in 3 short months, you could be making $300 per month. And the cool part is there's actual scale to this. Once your video is up, it is evergreen and it can make you commissions for the rest of its existence. $0 in, 0 risk, all upside. And if you want to get started today, we have a free for a limited time community and training in the description below. So yeah, we tried virtually every Amazon business on this planet so that you don't have to. And what we realized was there was only 2 that truly delivered. If you have capital that you want to invest and you actually want to build a real brand, then Amazon FBA private label is king. But if you're low on cash and you have 30 minutes per day, then the Amazon Influencer Program is the easiest way for you to make your first dollar online. So check the link in the description. We'll help you figure out which business model is best suited for you. Now, whichever path that you choose, you'll have one major advantage over us. And that is 2 pros who made all of the mistakes so that you don't have to before they became millionaires.